Welcome to Hi-Fi and Stage Dives, a SoCan licensed podcast coming to you weekly from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Each week, I talk about a song that's been stuck in your head at one point or another, or stuff you've never heard before. Welcome to this musical journey. What's up, and welcome back to another episode of your favorite music podcast, Hi-Fi and Stage Dives. What's going on, people? So, this is my last week of vacation, unfortunately. Last week? Fuck, it's my last weekend. I am recording this right now. It is Sunday, July 1st, aka Canada Day. So, when you get this on Tuesday, to all my fellow Canadians, happy Canada Day. And to my American friends that are listening, and my friends around the world, thank you. Coming to you from Canada. Speaking of Canada, y'all know what .ca means, right? That means it's a website in Canada. Fucking awesome, right? Well, guess what, guys? Got her up, got her going. All you gotta do now to get some shit is go to stagedive.ca. I didn't want to make it all like complicated and shit, so just stagedive.ca. That's all you got to go to. You can do www.stagedive.ca if you want or not, but it's all there. Like I said, super simple, nice, clean. It's got all my links for everything on the top. Like every single thing is there, guys. I mean, my Instagram. Actually, I'll put my personal Instagram up there. I forgot to do that. Either way, I'll put my personal shit up there too. You can email me. You can subscribe through there. My Twitters are on there. My Instagram, Facebook, everything. Everything. There's Apple stuff for the Apple users, and there's Android stuff for the Android users. So it's all there now, guys. And, I probably wouldn't have did it, but I said I was going to, so I did for you guys. So it's all there. So not like all those times I'm saying, hey, why don't you send me a message if you need to? Well, now it's real fucking simple. I gotta go to stagedive.ca, and you can fucking rifle me off a fucking message there. I put my mean mug up there. With my natural resting bitch face that I have. You'll see I put right underneath a little about me thing. And that's about it. It's all there, guys. So thanks again for the inspiration of me making my website. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be making my fucking website. It's that fucking simple. So thank you again. Now that I'm done rambling about that, have you guys figured out who we're listening to yet? If not, we are listening to the mighty Trivium. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to Trivium. I think it was In Waves is the song that fucking really got me. That's what hook, line, and sinkered me was In Waves. So it's a great fucking song. Love the song. I don't know. I was just late to the show on that one, I guess. They're a great band. Like I don't understand how I didn't see them earlier, but like I said back then, we didn't have Spotify. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to get into a bunch of all that music. I should find out when Spotify was made. I'm going to check really quick. But like I said, I never really had a chance to find music. Music wasn't available back then like it is now. Like you would get suggestions from Apple, but they were fucking shit. Just like they are now when you go to Apple Music or whatever. It's garbage. It's just horrible. Like they're like, oh, check it out. You listen to one song by this band. Here's this whole thing of bands, and it's like you don't like any one of them. You don't even like one fucking song by them. But that's Apple trying to shove shit down your throat. And then I figured out that on Apple it's like payola. I read about that. That was fucking nuts. They copped that. So like the new and noteworthy, you can pay to be on the new and noteworthy. Obviously, I'm not fucking rich enough to be on new and noteworthy because it's like $30,000 a day, which is gnarly. But yeah, so we would get like bad. Don't get me wrong, I found a few bands and songs and stuff like that, but I never had a chance. Yeah, see, Spotify went out in 2008, so these guys came out in '99, which I'll get into after. I never saw that in 2008. What was I doing in 2008? Huh? I was still stuck on iTunes and all that garbage. So yeah, 2008, Spotify launched. So brings me to this. Trivium is an American heavy metal band from Orlando, Florida, formed in 1999. So I had Apple Music, I had iTunes, but in good old Apple fashion, it sucks. Speaking of which, I got a new phone. I had to get a new phone. Okay, it was good timing though. So shout out to the dude at Costco that hooked me up. I can't remember his name, and it was great. I got a new phone, so won't hear me bitching about that. Here's the kicker. I dropped my phone, right? Hits the ground and you hear it. It's like perfect, like a smack pop. You heard the sweet spot. My wife's like, what are you talking about, the sweet spot? What the hell are you talking about? You know when that phone hits, you know when it hits and it has that noise, the screen's toast. So the screen just fucking obliterated. It was nuts. I had this phone for less than a year and I had to get, well, because my previous phone threw that shit to bed. It was just doing some weird stuff. But they gave me a new phone, smacked it up. So I went back, I got Apple Care, cost me $40, got me a new screen. And then I got an email, like not even a day later, I think it was the same fucking night, I got an email from my provider saying, oh, you're eligible for an upgrade. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I was like, oh, whatever, I'll fucking leave it alone. We're shopping at Costco and I was just looking and I got a new phone for free because I sold my fucking iPhone 7 for $400. I paid $120 for my new phone. So basically I made $260 or $280. I flipped some shit, man. I did some hustling. Don't hate the fucking player, hate the game. You know what I mean? Thanks for listening to my rants. Let's get into this now. Like I said, heavy metal band Orlando, Florida, 99. After getting signed to Roadrunner Records in 2004, the band released 8 studio albums and over 20 singles. Yes, 20 singles. I hope that's like fucking 2 albums. Their latest album, The Sin and the Sentence, was released October 20th, 2017. The band has sold over 1 million albums worldwide. This is kind of weird. I thought they would have more than that, but their fucking latest album is really great. Like I said, I came late to these guys. In Waves really got me, and it was from a fucking a video, the In Waves video. So their labels, Roadrunner, Life Force. Their website, go to trivium.org. It's cool they did it .org. To me, it's free. The free website. That's rad. Never even thought of that. Members, Matt Heffy, Corey, Paolo, and Alex Ben. The reason why I didn't mention Corey and Paolo's last names is because they're really hard to pronounce, and I don't feel like butchering names today. So thank you for bearing with me. So like I said, they formed in 99. At his 8th grade talent show, Matt Heffy performed a cover of No Leaf Clover by Metallica. They took a lot of heat for sounding like Metallica a lot, but they're highly inspired by them anyway. So singer Brad Luter noticed Heffy and later asked him to try out for his band as lead guitarist. Matt Heffy's a fucking crazy guitar player, and he plays a 7-string, and he could shred the shit out of it. The pair went over to the drummer Travis Smith's house, where they played a rendition of Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is totally rad, because we used to cover that song on one of my old bands, and I fucking love playing that song. Impressed by Heffy's performance, they accepted him into the band known as Trivium. Now, the name Trivium, which is a Latin word for three-way intersections. I'm like, I read this before. I'm like, yeah, okay, it makes sense. You could be a great pickup. Hey, you want to go home and have a trivium? And they're like, what? We're going to have a three-way intersection. Get it? I know, bad joke. They used to explain their music as a combination of metalcore, melodic death metal, and thrash meta. Fucking meta, come on. Luter played a number of local gigs with the band before departing about a year later in the mid-2001. In late 2002, Trivium went on into the recording studio to record its first high-quality demo, and a copy of the demo was heard by German label Life Force, which signed Trivium, and the band entered the studio to record his debut album, Ember to Inferno. And all the research and shit, I never really found any negative backlash about them. I mean, there's always the fanboys and the butthurt boys, so it's going to be out there somewhere, but usually, when I'm looking through this shit, I'll find something super negative about a band, and there really wasn't anything. They went through a lot of fan mates too, so I didn't drummers touch on it a little bit. So, lead guitar player Corey joined after recording the album in 2004, and Paolo joined as the band's bassist, replacing Brent Young before a tour with Machine Head. That'd be hardcore too. It's like, oh, we're gonna go on tour with this huge band, but hold on, we gotta switch up Membro, and he's gotta learn all the songs. I'd be a headache. I'd be a little worried. I don't worry about shit, but I'd be a little concerned about that at that point. The album, Embers to Inferno, managed to garner interest with Roadrunner Records representatives, who later signed Trivium to the label, and the band then began writing songs for their major label debut. In 2004, Trivium recorded its second album, Ascendancy, in Audio Hammer Studios and Morrison Sound Recording in Florida. Produced by Matt Heffy, and Jason Sukoff. The album was released in March 2005, and the album debuted at number 151 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the top Heart Seeker chart. 151, I had a flashback. I don't know if any of you guys know what 151 rum is. It's 151 proof. This shit'll fucking kill you. There's a fire retardant on the top, so you can't. It's a grill with holes in it. So you can't put fire in it because it's highly flammable. I used to drink it when I was a lot younger. I was going to say in my late 20s. I drank a lot of it. I would mix it with Coke and ginger ale. And one night some guy challenged me to drinking, and me being a fucking macho man, I drank a whole bottle of 151 with this guy shot for shot and a quarter bottle of vodka. Worst hangover ever. I'm pretty sure I got fucking alcohol poisoning. I was puking. We were camping. It was horrendous. Never do it again. I don't drink much anymore. I drink on occasion, but I don't really drink much anymore. I'm more into like my cannabis tinctures. I really like those, and my CBD oils. I got a nice little I got my Mad Scientist mix, and it makes me feel really chill, really good, and it doesn't wreck my liver. So All Music reviewer Johnny Loftus stated on Ascendancy Trivium, a ridiculously tight quartet, unleashing thrilling dual guitar passages and pummeling kick drum gallops as surely as they do melodic breaks and vicious throat scream. That is like a perfect description for myself. It like perfectly describes Trivium, and that's why I like Trivium. Like I said, I was late to it, but it's like I love Trivium. They're a great band. I can listen to them all day long, no problem. And that just sums it up perfect. The album was also recognized as Album of the Year by Kerrang! Magazine. Later in 2007, the band received the first gold record in UK for more than 100,000 sales. 2005, Trivium played the first Saturday set on the main stage at Download Festival in Castle Donington, England. Matt Happy says, "This is the gig that really launched Trivium onto the world stage." I would have to agree with something like that. When you play Download Festival, that's a huge festival, especially in 2005. Like, I mean, Download's still huge today, but that'd be crazy. Singles and music videos released for Like the Light of the Flies, Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, A Gunshot to the Head, Trepidation, and Dying in Your Arms. The videos of these songs gained rotation on Scuzz TV and MTV2 Headbangers Ball, and Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr has become the one of the band's most well-known songs. That's a song that they close their set with, so apparently. So I don't know if they still do that today. They're coming. Geez, when are they coming? September. They're going to be here in Edmonton. Me and my homie Corbo, my other co-host well, he's on and off co-host. He's like he used to be our intern, but he's on and off co-host when he can make it in because of his work hours. Him and I might go, and it's supposed to be in a really good venue too. I haven't been to this venue yet, but it's supposed to be great. So it's a fucking country bar, but all these metal bands play there. I guess they got good sound and it's a fucking great stage. So in support of the album, Trivium played shit tons of tours, opening for Killswitch Engage, Ice Earth, I'm not a fan of, Fear Factory, and Machine Head, who were one of Heffy's largest influences. Iced Earth, I'm not into like Iron Maiden. If Iron Maiden comes out, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to rush out and play it. That once in a while I might, but I'm not like a huge Maiden fan. I'm not into the singing too much, you know what I mean? Like that operatic weird like all the time. And I found Iced Earth was a lot like that. It's just not for me. So if you like it, that's absolutely cool. And I have nothing against that because that's just to each his own, right? Trivium also played at Road Rage 2005 and Ozfest. In April 2006, after headlining a tour with Mendine and God Forbid as openers, Trivium entered the studio, Sukov and Heffy producing again, and they started making another fucking album. Played at Download Festival for a second time, again on the main stage with Korn and Metallica. Trivium released The Crusade in October 2006, debuting at number 25 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 32,000 copies in its first week. Heffy's vocals had changed from metalcore screaming, which I'm glad they did, but I'll get to that, of the previous albums to actual singing. The new singing style, along with the band's thrash metal music, were criticized as sounding too much like Metallica. When I read that at first, I was like, yeah, fucking right. And then I listened to a couple of their songs and I get it. Especially their earlier stuff. Very much early Metallica thrash metalish feel to it, definitely. The singing part I really like because Heffy's got a great voice for singing. It suits what he's doing very well. And when he throws in his screams on top of it, it's a very nice melt of two different types of dually vocals. Talked about dually vocals before, and I think it's great. They do it. It's one of those bands that do it, definitely do it right. A lot of other bands too, what they'll do is they will take a female singer, or if they have a female band member, they'll make her do backings, and sometimes it sounds just amazing. Especially when you get that nice juxtapose of that mean like fucking ooh, and then you get a nice clean melodic voice following it. And I think it's I think it's great. I like it. Band supported the album by touring with Iron Maiden, Metallica, and appearing on the Black Crusade tour with Machine Head, Arch Enemy, Dragon Force, a band I really want to see just because of the technicalities of it all, and Shadows Fall, as well as headlining a European tour with supporting acts Annihilator and Sand City, and acquiring the opening slot on the Family Values tour. Talked about them previously too. Good old Korn. there's a meme going around right now, and it's John Davis, the singer of Korn, and it says cannibalism, but the picture of John Davis is he's holding a corn cob and he's cutting it open. It's actually pretty funny. I like it. Trivium was named the best live band of 2006 of Metal Hammer Golden Gods Award. I got a list of their awards that they won. They were nominated for a whole whack of shit because they're a great band, but I got their like the ones they won because I don't want to sit there and name up a whole bunch of shit for nothing. Trivium started working on a new album with producer Nick Razkulskins at Rumpelstiltskin. Nick Rumpelstiltskin in October 2007. I don't know his fucking name. It's easier for me to say Rumpelstiltskin. Heavy stated that he wanted to bring back the screaming that was found on Ascendancy. The band said they chose not to work with Sukoff again because they already recorded 3 albums with him and wanted to explore new ideas, and recording ended June 2008. It's good when you got good musicians when they realize that they need to change it up a little bit because of it's getting not stagnant, but it's starting to turn into the same thing over and over again, right? So speaking of, just remembered it now, but because of the song, like they wanted to change. Future song will be Until the World Goes Cold. He does a lot of singing in that, and I love the way he sings in it. I chose that one. It's probably it's my top 10 of Trivium. One of the top 10 of my Triviums. So that's the one I picked. I like singing it in the shower, shit like that. It's a great song. Now, where was I? I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah. So, in September 2008, Trivium released their 4th full-length album, Shogun. The album sold over 24,000 copies in the U.S. in its first week of release, debuting at number 23 on the Billboard 200 charts, and as well as number 1, motherfuckers, that's right, number 1 in the UK rock album charts. That's big fucking waves when you're, like I said, if you can kick it over there, you're doing it right and you keep going. In an interview with Metal Hammer magazine, Heppy said that their new album was to have more thrash influences and more screaming. Heppy told Revolver magazine, for the first time we can look at our songs and say who the riff sounds like. We are really making our own stuff and our own kind of music and art form, and that's exciting. So, they got into this groove and they're like, okay, this is what we're gonna sound like, and it naturally comes out. When you can say things like that, that means you've experienced something that has changed, that you realize, okay, I can sound like this, and this is what I'm gonna sound like. Nothing wrong with that. That's a really good thing, and that's cool that he says it's exciting, because that is pretty exciting. Trivium toured extensively throughout 2009 in support of Shogun, with 2 headline legs of the U.S., a headline slot in the Mayhem Festival, second stage, and an Australian Japanese leg, as well as a conclusive UK run in March. I knew that Matt Heppy, like the album Shogun, and if you notice that Matt Heppy's covered in like Japanese style tattoos, because he's half Japanese, or he's quarter Japanese, but he's Japanese and Irish or something like that. It was crazy. I was reading about it really quick there. I knew he was, so I just went and looked at it, but yeah, he's Japanese and Irish, and his mom was Irish or something. I can't remember, but they met because his dad was in the army, so, which is fucking totally cool. If you look at his one of his guitars is covered in like Japanese stickers and stuff like that, like cool Japanese art, and his tattoos are very, very, very Japanese style, so, which is fucking awesome. Like, he's got some really good shit on him. So Trivium contributed to the God of War 3 soundtrack. They recorded the song Shattering the Skies Above, and it's exclusively included on the God of War Blood and Metal digital EP that comes with the Ultimate Edition of the game and is available from the iTunes Store. I think it's really cool when a band does music for video games. The reason why I think it's fucking cool is because I get pure enjoyment out of music, hence why I do this podcast, and most likely why you guys are listening to me blabber about bands, is because music means something to you or does something to you. I used to be a huge video game freak, and my favorite game used to be Grand Theft Auto. Like, when I stopped playing video games, that was like the last game I ever played was Grand Theft Auto. But when I figured out that you could play music in behind while you were playing, and then the Grand Theft Auto just put in these wicked tracks, it was just fucking wicked. So like music and video games, and it's just one of those things. They fit well together. The band has also covered the song Slave New World by Sepultura. They also do a cover of Master of Puppets. It's really good. In an interview with Guitar World, it was stated that for their 5th studio album, Trivium will be moving forward by looking back. The group will forego the complex epic compositions, tricked out leads, and 7-string guitars that characterize its past 2 albums. Trivium will take an approach similar to that of its second album, Ascendancy, in 2005 by using uncluttered riff, drop C tuning, and more straightforward solos. So basically stripping it down, really detuning, and getting real metalcore with it, and having at her. And the solos are great. November 11th issue of Guitar World, Matt Heffy talked about why the band decided to record the album in drop D flat as opposed to drop D. For the whole recording of In Waves, we were in drop D flat, so just half steps lower, and everything that we do from there all in the album is half step flat. It's mainly for the vocals. It's not that I can't sing higher, it's just easier with the amount of shows we do. It sounds beefier too when you do half step lower. It sounds it's crazy. Like, for those who don't play music that are listening, when you do half step, it sounds the same. Like, if I were to play a song, it would sound exactly the same, but if I were to play it in standard tuning, it sounds just higher. So it's a little lower. It's way easier to sing to that half step lower. And it is, like, especially if you're doing like extensive touring and you know that you're gonna do extensive touring, it's gonna be a lot easier, but it just sounds more mean. It makes sense. On June 6th, Metal Hammer revealed that the band have decided to entitle their upcoming album, In Waves. Right? And that it would be released on August 9th, 2011. So I said I was a late bloomer. And that was the album that In Waves in 2011. That was the In Waves is the actual song that got me. So I was just like, huh. I'm like, wow, well, this band is amazing. Heard of them. But then when I listened to them, I was like, shit snacks. This was amazing. So, and it blew my mind. I was like, wow. As you can tell, I'm still in wow. I'm in wow. Wow. Kerrang described the album as draws from the band's entire repertoire and shapes what it finds into a defining and definite set. Trivium participated in the co-headlining track with Swedish melodic death metal band In Flames in both European and North American tours. Europe support came from Ghost, Rise to Remains, and Incest. Ghost. I don't like Ghost. I just don't like Ghost. I won't change them if they're on the radio, but they're not, I don't know. They're old, quick. They're like a new version of, I think I said this before, but they're like a new version of Blue Oyster Cult. I just said they're not for me. Don't get me, their stage performance, fucking amazing. Their whole thing that they're doing, so cool, but their music is just kind of meh. I'm not the only one who's saying that lately, but to me, it's just meh. I mean, good on them for doing what they're doing. I'm not making money playing music, but they are, so good on them, but it's just not for me. If you enjoy them, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's just not for me. That's all it is. North American support came from, when they went on a North American tour, Veil of Maya and King. Additionally, Miss May I and the Ghost Inside joined Trivium during In Waves on the 2011 tour, which is cool. Just have a whole crazy bunch of bands playing and shit. This was also performed at the Meltdown Festival and Download Festival in June 2012 from July 13th to August 28th, 2012. Trivium took part in Metal Hammer's Trespass America Festival, headlined by Five Finger Death Punch with additional support from Battlecross, God Forbid, Pop Evil, Emirs, and Killswitch Engage. Fuck, I need to see a Killswitch Engage still. It's so bad. Five Finger Death Punch. I think I might have seen them by accident. I can't remember. It's not bad. Like rock metal, real heavy. On October 15, 2012, Trivium commenced a European headlining tour supported by Caliban, As I Lay Dying, and Upon a Burning Body. That'd be a fucking gnarly show. Upon a Burning Body, I'd love to see live too. The band toured for In Waves until the end of the year. Matt Heffy also stated that they will start recording a new album in February 2013, and they already have around 13 demos made. The gun was loaded, they just had to pull the trigger. On January 14, 2013, Matt Heffy announced via Twitter that the band had entered the studio, and it was later revealed that they had hired David Draymond of the heavy metal band Device and Disturbed as a producer. In an interview, David Draymond revealed to Thrash Hits that the title of Trivium's forthcoming sixth album is Avenged Falls. He's got a really unique voice. I don't know how to explain it. It's cool. Like, I like his voice. It can be a little much. I like they did that fucking Simon and Garfunkel cover, and he sounds like Sad Buffalo Bill. But yeah, that's just... Hey, you know, I work with a guy who totally loves Disturbed and David Draymond, so I mean, he does some good shit. So let's, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do the feature song, and we will finish up the rest of everything I got here, and I'll most likely talk a lot more. But like I said, we are gonna listen until the world goes cold because it's a great song, and I will wrap it up with the rest of their albums and tours and drummers. Like, they went through so many drummers. This is Until the World Goes Cold. This is Trivium. This is Hi-Fi Stage Dives. I am Ivan, your host. That's motherfucking always. Until the World Goes Cold. Turn this one up. I really love this song. I love the way his voice is in this song. It's overall just a great song. Like I said, it's one of my top 10s, so that's why I decided to feature it. So yeah, here we go. Until the World Goes Cold. Enjoy.
Through dirt and mud, I'm sinking under in a grave of life that was. I turned my back on everything. I searched for every man my dreams. Me down with you. Above my head the circle lay. The vultures want what's left of me. I sacrificed it all. Until the world goes cold. Until the world goes cold. As I build my house of bones, sinking under, for all your sins you will atone. I burned it down. I turned my back on everything. I searched for every man my dreams. Me down with you. Above my head the circle lay. The vultures want what's left of me. I sacrificed it all and I will fight until the world goes cold. These spells burn all that I've known. Until the world goes cold. Nothing will keep me from this throne. I fight until the world goes cold. This battle has burned all. I'll fight goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known. Until the world goes cold. This battle's burned all that I've known. Until the world goes cold. Nothing will keep me from this throne. I fight until the world goes cold.
How fucking beefy was that song? I was listening to my earphones, and I got these wicked Behringer earphones that I won from Behringer off of Instagram. Thank you, Behringer. And fuck, that song is just full beef. All beef, baby. Love it. To continue on, and we're going to wrap this baby up really quick. But like pretty quick here. On July 23rd, 2013, Trivium announced a United States headlining tour, co-headlining with Devil Driver, with support acts After the Burial and Silosis. Devil Driver. Have you guys heard of a band called Coal Chamber? If not, that is Dez's band also, previously to Devil Driver. They just recently did a bunch of covers of country music. My co-host again, Corbo from the Awesome Hour, did not like it. He was offended. Corbo likes a lot of different music, and he likes a lot of shitty music too. If you took Corbo and Alec, my two co-hosts of the Awesome Hour, Alec and Corbo would be like, Corbo would be the left side of me, and Alec would be the right side of me. I am in all of it. I love a lot of music that Corbo listens to, and there's a lot of shit music he listens to, and there's a lot of music that Alec listens to that I love, that there's shit music he loves, or that he loves, and it's just like, well, there's some like really bad pop punk coming from Alec, like really, I mean like bad pop punk. I like punk music, not all of it, but there's some really bad pop punk. Corbo likes country music, which is really weird. It makes sense though. It's like the opposite of metal, so it kind of makes sense. To me it does. But there's also a lot of fucking really good metal that he likes, that like Trivium. We're probably going to go to Trivium together, so I guess it works out. But yeah, Devil Driver is the reason why Metal Rant is because bands that pissed off Corbo a lot. It's absolutely fair. On August 23rd, 2013, and it's one day after my birthday, it was announced that Trivium would be playing at Australia's Soundwave Festival in late February and early March. Be a good time to go out there in this winter over here, and you go hang out in the sunshine, you know what I'm saying? Go do some surfing. Check out the bikinis on the dudes and the chicks. Whatever floats your boat. Just trying to be fair. I'm a fair person when it comes to that kind of stuff. On July 17th, 2015, the band launched a website, snow.trivium.org, teasing the new album. They also changed their Facebook profile to the same picture as the one on the website, hinting to release the new album. On July 24th, the band posted a 6-day countdown on their website, an unofficial picture service online on July 29th, suggesting the new album's title to be Silence in the Snow. Great song, by the way. And they and revealing 3 new feature songs, Silence in the Snow, Dead and Gone, Until the World Goes Cold. Now, here's the kicker. For myself, not because of this. Well, no, because of this, but not them. So that was March 2015. I've only been listening to this guy's, like, really listening to them for like 3 years, because it was shortly after that I listened to In Waves that Silence in the Snow came out. So it was kind of like, holy shit. So yeah, man, guys, I haven't been listening to these guys very long whatsoever, but they're doing it right, which is nice because they got all this music that I can listen to and go back, and it's like finding music all over again. It's cool when you find a band when they're later on in the stages of playing music, when they got 5 or 6 albums, because then you go back and you're like, holy shit, there's lots of music to listen to. It's almost perfect. Kind of cool coming late to the show, but you know how it goes sometimes. The information was confirmed on July 30th when the band premiered the music video for the title track. Once the countdown ended on July 31st, 2015, the band revealed the track list and the album artwork, and Silence in the Snow was made available for pre-order. Amazing album. The new album's free too. On August 7th, the band premiered the 2 new songs, Silence in the Blind Leading the Blind, during the performance at Bloodstock Open Air. On August 27th, Trivium premiered the music video for their single Until the World Goes Cold, feature song Sand. On December 5th, the band performed at Knotfest, Mexico. Knotfest is Slipknot's festival. So Corey Taylor and the boys from Slipknot, Jim Root, Clown, all those guys, they went and they said, well, you know what? We're going to do our own festival. Let's do this. We'll get a bunch of fans. They did it, and they played it. And it was revealed that drummer Matt Mandario had been replaced by Paul Wadicki. Drummers. You guys go through drummers like an underwear. I can see it, though, because they're a very technical band. Maybe they're having problems then. Matt asked Dream Theater's John Petrucci for suggestions. John then asked Mike Magnini, who recommended Paul. If you guys know who Dream Theater is, cool. If you don't, they are a super tech band, like crazy tech band. And John Petrucci, I'm saying it's wrong, fucking wrong. His name wrong. He's a fucking, holy shit, he's a wizard on guitar. Like, hey, he's fucking crazy. He's got his own line of guitars the whole night. Like, well, not his own line, but PRS, I believe it is his sponsor. But hey, he's good. Like, I watched when I would practice guitar like crazy. He would do these little clinics and stuff like that. holy, the technicalities of this guy is on another level. And he's a cool dude to boot. Like, he's not an asshole or anything like that. So it's cool when you meet a band or a person in a band and they're just cool. You know what I mean? You can approach them, you say, hey, and they're like, hey, man, what's up? Like, right off the hop. You know that's a cool person, and it's totally rad that they do shit like that. It's hard to find. I get it, because, like, sometimes as an artist, it's a really weird place. So, but in late 2016, guitarist Corey stated that the band would spend most of 2017 working on a new album. In an interview with bassist Paulo stated that the new material was more extreme and that the band will return featuring screaming vocals on the new album. The band was then the band was announced as one of the acts on the 2017 edition of Wacken Open Air. That was another crazy European music festival. They just don't let anybody in those festivals over there. I mean, they do to a point, but like headlining and shit like that, it's not just whatever. In early 2017, the band parted ways with drummer Paul Wadakiki, or the Wandaki, I'm saying his name wrong, which led to the discussion in Trivium's fan community. Corey defended the band's decision regarding the change of drummers in the interview and replaced him with Alex Bent, former drummer of Battlecross. So what I was talking about, Dream Theater, I found it kind of weird that they went, okay, there's two sides to this. I found it kind of like weird that they would go and ask such a very epic band as Dream Theater for advice or help, and then just kind of flush it away. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of thrown it away. I don't know what their relations are like after. And so on the other side of it is like, I get it though, because maybe you have to have that groove, and I've said this time and time again, you have to have that groove and you have to have that cohesion with your band members in order to keep it going properly, to have that flow. Because if you don't have that flow, you ain't got shit and nothing's gonna happen. So I don't know, maybe the drummers just couldn't do it? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it up here. There's not much left. I got some Kerrang things and stuff. So I got three awards that they won here. Let's talk about Matt Heffy and an interview with Road Records and shit like that a little bit. Matt Heffy has stated that in general, they are influenced by music groups such as, you get ready for this one? Pretty big fucking list. And I wanted to make this list just because you might hear it. You might hear the little things. Opeth, Nevermore, Dream Theater, Emperor, Slipknot, In Flames, Arch Enemy, Machine Head, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Ozzy Osbourne, Merciful Fate, Hellhammer, Celtic Frost, Slayer, Pantera, Dio, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Testament, Cannibal Corpse. Yes, Cannibal fucking Corpse. Corpse Grinder, man. That guy's a fucking nut job. Obituary, Killswitch Engage, Skid Row, Angra, Under Oath, Martyr and Death. Cannibal Corpse. Holy shit. That was the very first death metal I ever heard in my life. Blew my motherfucking mind. I gotta do that. I'll do a high five. You can't understand anything they're saying, but I will fucking do it. Corpse Grinder is he's a cool dude. I say he's a nut job, but he's fucking cool. He's one of those crazy cool guys. He loves playing video games, but he's like a crazy World of Warcraft guy, and like he loves going to Walmart and just buying crazy shit in Walmart. I watched a video of him, and it's like, well, I have to be careful, because if I don't, I'm gonna fucking buy the whole store, blah blah blah. He goes there and he just goes nuts. In an interview with Roadrunner Records, Happy stated that he was influenced by a whole range of music genres throughout each stage of his life, which totally makes sense. He listened to all different types of music as a child and listened to pop-punk bands like Blink-182 and the Real Big Fish. From there, the list is endless, naming bands like I said, Pantera and Children of Bodom, Dark Tranquillity, Depeche Mode, The Beatles, Dashboard Confessional, Queen, Yanni Malmsteen, hate that motherfucker. Crazy fucking guitar player, hate him. Hatebreed, saw them live in Montreal, great band. Poison the motherfucking Well. Holy shit, great motherfucking band. I can go on forever. Matt Heffy has stated through and through that without Iron Maiden, Trivium surely would not exist. And that's crazy. Like I said, I'll listen to Iron Maiden. There's if I would have to make a best of, I bet you I'd love a best of, or this is Iron Maiden from Spotify. I'm very picky and choosy with Iron Maiden, but a great band too. I remember I had this party and brought all these CDs. Fucking everybody stole my CDs. I was so mad. So the awards. 2005, Kerrang, Ascendancy, Album of the Year. They won it. In 2005 again, Trivium, Best International Newcomer. They won that. This is all in Kerrang. And then those two. And then Metal Hammer Golden Gods Award. Matt Heffy won the Golden God Award. That's nuts. They were like in a whole bunch of categories, like a shit ton of categories. So, but that's it. I talked and talked and talked. This band was great. Gotta be a majority that have listened to Trivium before. So if not, there you go. That's Trivium. So again, go, dude, guys, girls, stagedive.ca. STAGEDIVE.ca. GEDIVE.ca. That's the website. Everything's there, including a picture of my fucking ugly mug. Links, everything. Got iTunes. I got an iTunes link. I got the Spotify link. I got the Twitters, Stitcher. I'm on Stitcher. I don't like Stitcher. I didn't put up there. I'm going to put up there anyway. Updates, you know what I'm saying? Anything, Google Play, whatever you guys got, it's there. Libsyn, straight to my Libsyn page. It's there. Stagedive.ca. That's it. Let's wrap this motherfucker up. As always, your host, Ivan, coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Happy motherfucking Canada Day to all my Canadian brethren and sisters and mothers and daughters and cousins, all you crazy Canucks. Happy Canada Day. We're in the best country in the world. Cannabis is going to be legal soon. Guys, we can't complain. We got free healthcare. And that ain't no joke. We're in one of the best countries in the world. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some things that can be fixed. But you know what? We're doing pretty good. Let's sign this off. I'm your host, Ivan. Keep listening to music because it makes life that much better. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you again for listening to Hi-Fi and Stage Dives. It means the world to me. I'm glad you could come on this journey with me, and we'll keep doing it every week. Subscribe, rate and review, all that good stuff, and keep listening to music because it only makes life better. And we'll see you on the flip side. Stay rad.